everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a full set of ombre nails. So of course the first thing that I'm doing is just going in with a cuticle pusher and just pushing back the cuticles, and that way it will help with reducing lifting and also help to expose the new growth. So again, we're just pushing back the cuticles, and after that we're going to go in with a 180 sanding band. I'm using my Scarlet Nail Drill by Melody Susie, and I'm using it at 5,000 RPMs. I'm using it to remove the shine from the natural nail, and also using it to file down the free edge, and that way I kind of save time from having to go in and actually clip it down and file it with the hand file. It's kind of like a 2-in-1. I remove the shine and I shorten the length of her natural nails. So as always, we start around the cuticle area from the right side, going all the way around to the left side, just going back and forth to fully remove the shine. Remember, we're not filing to thin down the nail, literally just removing the shiny layer from their natural nail. After that, we're going to go in and apply the nail tips. So remember that when you're applying the nail tips, you want to make sure that you size the tips correctly. You want to make sure that they fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall. You don't want them on the skin. You want them right on that nail, but you want them to fit exactly from sidewall to sidewall, because if they're too big or too small, they will break or lift. So you want to make sure that they fit properly. After you get the right size, you just apply the glue on the free edge or on the tip and just place the nail on the free edge, hold it down for a few seconds, and that's it. Also make sure that when you're applying the nail tips that you're holding their finger really straight. That way the nail does not go on there crooked, because if not, you're gonna have to take it off and reapply the nail tip. So these nail tips are the nail tips that I have on my website. As of right now, I don't have a date for the website just yet, but as soon as I come up with a date, I'll be sure to post it on my Instagram so you guys can check it out. But again, we're going to go ahead and apply the nail tips. We're going to do the same thing on the other hand, and remember that your nail tips come in a size 0 to 9 being your smallest nail tip, 0 being your biggest nail tip. So of course your pinkies are always going to be like a number 9, 8, sometimes even a 7, and then your thumbs are going to be a 0, a 1, a 2, and then the other fingers of course are going to be the other numbers in between, usually like a number 4 or 5. Of course, all clients have different nail bed sizes, so that's why you have to go in and measure each finger individually. Alrighty, so once we finish applying the nail tips, we're going to go in with the tip cutter and we're just going to be trimming down the nails to her desired length. So this set is going to be like kind of short, like a medium short length, not too short and not too long either. So we're just gonna go in and trim them down. Of course, ask your client if that's a good length. If they say yes, then just go in and cut all of the nails that way. And also, you know, with me, I've been doing nails for so long that I can kind of just guesstimate the length. But if you need to use like a form, because you know forms have like the numbers on them, you could probably use that as a guide. That way you cut them all evenly. And then of course, once we cut them all of them down, we just go in and measure them against each other. And of course, if one's too long, just trim it and, you know, adjust the size to match the other nail. After this, we're going to go in with a straight edge nail clipper and we're just going to be trimming down the sides of the nails. This is just going to help us save a little bit of time whenever it comes to filing and shaping the nails. So as you can see, I'm literally just clipping down the corners. I don't want to cut too much because I don't want the nails to be too narrow, but I just want to cut them like into that coffin shape. And once I trim them down, I just go in and perfect the shape. That way I'm not having to do so much filing. Alrighty, so now for the shaping, we're going to do the pinky stiletto and then we're going to do the rest coffin. So as you can see, for this one, when you're doing stiletto nails, you just file on both sides, just go back and forth from both sides and then just round off the tip and just make it as narrow as you want it or as pointed as you want it. And then of course, just follow the middle of the nail to blend the nail tip. And then for the rest, which are going to be coffin, we just followed on both sides as well. And then just follow the free edge at a 90-degree angle as well. That way it's nice and straight and blending the nail tip right in the middle. Remember, it's really important that you switch from side to side. You don't want to file on one side too much, so just alternate between side to side and make sure that you're paying attention to your shape because you will be able to see it change as you go. Alrighty, so after we apply the primer, we're going in with the acrylic. So since we're doing the ombre, I'm doing my Mia's Secret Frosted Pink, which is that off-white color, so the tips will glow in the dark. And I'm using my Alpha brush, which is a flat brush. This is my first time ever using a flat brush for a set. I did a review on these brushes not too long ago, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below. But as you guys know, I got a oval number 9 and a number 10, and then I got this flat one as well because I just wanted to try it out because I had been seeing people using it. The only thing that I guess I could say happened was that right whenever I was cleaning the brushes, or when I was doing the review of the brushes, this client came in, the one that I'm doing now came in, so I didn't get to clean this brush all the way out. So I think when I was using it, it still had some of that starch in there, so my acrylic was getting stuck to the brush. So you will see me switch to my oval brush, just because again this brush wasn't all the way clean and I didn't realize it until I seen that all of the product kept getting stuck to the brush. But I feel like I'm gonna be trying it again just to give it another try, because after I set it in a little dapping dish with acetone, once I took it out, I did see that all of that starch did come out completely. So the brush was a lot cleaner, of course, or completely clean. So I definitely have to give it another try, because the only difference between this one and the oval really was that, you know, you have to go around the cuticle area and clean with like the corner instead of the tip. You know, usually with the oval brush, you clean with the very like the middle point, and with this one you just clean with the corners, which is not bad at all. And then also I like how it doesn't let you pick up too much product that way, especially if you're a beginner. You know, you're not applying too much product. But anyways, as you can see, for the ombre nails, we went ahead and did the what is this, the frosted pink, which is the white on the tips, and then we're just going in with the cover color at the back, of course cleaning around the cuticle area. And then we're gonna come back in and encapsulate these nails with the Mia's Secret Pink, and that's pretty much it. So ombres are really popular and really simple to do. You just have to make sure that you don't work with too much product at a time, especially when you're applying the cover color at the back. If you apply too much, it's going to take over the white and it's going to take away from your ombre. But as you can see now, I'm just going in with the Mia's Secret Pink, applying that over the ombre. That way, whenever we come back in to file with the e-file, we're not going to file any of that colored acrylic away. And then also, if you want to go ahead and do like a nail at a time, so like literally do the ombre and then go on and do the other ombre, that's fine too. But sometimes I feel like it's a little bit easier if you do like the tip first and then come back and do the cover color. And I don't know why, but I feel like, I don't know, you might have to try it and see, you know, what works for you best. But as you can see now, I just switched over to my oval brush in a number 9. Again, I do have a video where I show you the difference between the number 10, the number 9, and the flat one, so I'll be sure to leave the link down below for anyone that is interested. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in and just go ahead and apply the color on the tips, which is again is the frosted pink. We're going to apply that on the tips, and then we're going to go in and do the cover color at the back. Again, you know, it's completely up to you if you want to go ahead and do a nail at a time. I kind of just alternate, you know, you will see me doing a nail at a time, and then you will see me switch it and do, you know, the tips first. So whatever you feel comfortable doing is completely fine. You know, just make sure that, of course, you know, it looks good and the colors blend really good as well. Again, I cannot stress this enough, that the key to doing your ombre nails is just making sure that you don't apply too much of the cover color. Work with a little bit at a time, that way it doesn't take over your color on the tip, because if you apply too much of that color on the back and then you brush it down towards the middle, and it's gonna really be more of the color in the back because you apply too much. So make sure that you don't work with a lot of product, and then also make sure that you blend the color in the middle really good, that way it blends well. Alrighty, so we finished the first hand, so now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other hand. So we're going to do the color on the tips, which is the frosted pink. You can find this on Nail Supply Glamour or the Brush Nail Supply store. I do have a promo code for both of them, so I'll be sure to leave it down below. I kind of shop from both of them depending on, you know, who has what I need, because sometimes it might be out of stock on one website but then they have it on the other. So you know, that's the only, I think, thing that keeps me from ordering from one or the other, but both of them have really good products, so I'll be sure to again leave that information down below for you guys. But anyways, as you can see, I applied the color on the tip. Now I'm going in with the cover color, of course cleaning around the cuticle area, making sure that if we get any product on the skin that we wipe it off, you know, as soon as it happens, because if not, if it dries, it's going to be almost impossible to take it off. So we're going to go ahead and finish doing this on this hand, do the same thing we did on the other one, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty, and then for the next finger, which is that ring finger, we're going to be applying the glitter, and the glitter that I'll be using is the Nail Supply Glamour AB Glitter Acrylic. So I'm doing a thin layer of the Mia Secret Pink, and then I'm going to go in and apply a bead of the glitter. And the reason why I do the glitter last is just because it gets pretty messy and it gets stuck on your brush, and then whenever you wipe your brush on a paper towel, it gets stuck on your brush then, and then whenever you do the ombre, it could get on the ombre. So it's best to just do the glitter glitter last. That way it doesn't get messy and it doesn't get on the rest of your nails. But once we do the glitter, we're going to go in and encapsulate this with the same Mia Secret Pink, and that's pretty much it. So after we finish applying the acrylic on this one, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step, which is reshaping the nails. And then again, I use the Mia Secret acrylic system, and my brush, I use the flat brush, and I also use my number 9 oval Kolinsky brush from Alpha Brush. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in and reshape the nails. So of course they're already that shape that we want, but we have to go in and redefine that shape, because once we apply the acrylic, it kind of takes away from our shape, or it'll just be like little rough edges on the sides. So we just want to get rid of it. So again, same thing for all of the nails. We'd file the sides on the pinky, just back, you know, both sides, and then just made it as pointed as we wanted. And then we're going in and just filing the rest of the nails at a 90-degree angle on the sides and the free edge as well, making sure that we're holding our client's finger super straight. That way we get that perfect coffin shape that we want. Alrighty, so now we're going in with the fine drill bit, and we're going to be filing all of the nails. Remember, this is just going to get rid of any of the bumps and lumps in the nail, and of course sealing around that cuticle area to prevent lifting. So if you've done everything correctly as far as prepping the nail correctly, applying the right size tips, and you know, you feel like you've done everything correctly, but your nails are still lifting, most likely, you know, you're not sealing the cuticle area correctly, which is this step. You want to make sure that you file around that cuticle area until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin, and you'll literally be able to see you know, those three things when you look at the nail. Of course, I don't mean that there has to be like a super huge gap in between, but literally just until you're able to see the cuticle, a little bit of that natural nail, and the acrylic. And that's usually how I know that I filed good enough, because I'm filing to look for that natural nail. And then also just making sure that you file the rest of the nail to get rid of, again, of any bumps and lumps. With me, since I've been doing nails for a while, I'm able to apply my acrylic nice and smooth. But of course, if you're a beginner and you still have those bumps and lumps, the only way to get rid of them is just by filing the nail really good with your e-file. You're not going to be able to get rid of them with anything else, or of course a hand file, but you know, you just have to make sure that you file really good. Alrighty, so now we're going in with a buffer, and we're just going to make sure that we get rid of any of the scratches left on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. So just buff them really good, and then after this we're gonna go ahead and just dust the nails off and wipe them off with an alcohol wipe. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with the Madam Glam gel top coat, and we're gonna apply this on all of the nails, and then we're gonna cure each hand for 60 seconds. Alrighty y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out really pretty. That ombre is just flawless, and that shape is just everything. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.